Case number 4 in the ledger. July 30th, 1975. Bloomfield Township, Michigan. A restaurant parking lot. Early afternoon. James Riddle Hoffa, the most powerful labor leader in America, a man who once ran the largest union in the country and through it, one of the largest pools of money in the country, is waiting on a meeting that was never going to happen. He calls his wife from a payphone to say he's been stood up. A witness sees him get into a car. That is the last confirmed sighting of Jimmy Hoffa anywhere by anyone in 51 years. No body, no grave, no forensic trace. In October of 2025, under direct order from the White House, FBI agents were told to go back through their own case files and look again. Half a century on, this is a case the United States government itself still refuses to close. Hoffa built the Teamsters into the most powerful union in America, and in the process, built something else: control over the Central States Pension Fund, a multi-billion-dollar pool that organized crime treated as a private lending window, financing Las Vegas casinos like the Stardust and the Fremont at rates no legitimate bank would offer. In 1964, Hoffa was convicted of jury tampering and fraud. He served 4 years before President Nixon commuted his sentence in 1971 on one condition: no union leadership activity until 1980. Hoffa considered that condition illegitimate and fought it in court while his hand-picked successor, Frank Fitzsimmons, kept the pension fund conveniently open to mob interests. By the summer of 1975, Hoffa was working to reclaim the presidency outright, which put him on a collision course with the men benefiting from Fitzsimmons staying exactly where he was. On July 30th, he drove to the Matches Red Fox restaurant, expecting to meet Detroit mob capo Anthony Tony Jack Giacalone and New Jersey Teamsters boss Anthony Tony Pro Provenzano to broker peace between them. Neither man ever showed up. In 2004, Frank Sheeran, a Teamsters enforcer and mob hitman dying of cancer, told author Charles Brandt that he personally shot Hoffa on the orders of Pennsylvania crime boss Russell Bufalino inside a house near the restaurant, and that the body was cremated the same day. It became the basis of the book I Heard You Paint Houses and the film The Irishman. Its strength is that it's the only detailed first-person confession the case has ever produced. Its weakness is that investigative journalists, including Bill Tonelli, have picked the timeline apart. Sheeran's own phone records and driving distances don't cleanly fit the hours he claimed, and the FBI has never treated the confession as verified. A deathbed story is compelling. It is not the same as evidence. The FBI's long-standing working theory doesn't need Sheeran at all. Hoffa was killed because his return to power threatened the mob's access to the Central States Pension Fund directly, and the hit was jointly sanctioned by the Detroit and New Jersey families who stood to lose that access. Under this theory, the meeting was the trap itself. Hoffa was lured to the parking lot specifically because Giacalone and Provenzano both had unbreakable alibis that day, each one hundreds of miles away, when Hoffa vanished. Its strength is that it fits the financial motive precisely and matches decades of wiretap and informant intelligence naming both men. Its weakness is the same one that haunts every theory here. It explains why and points to who ordered it, but has never produced where. Since the 1970s, the FBI has chased a rotating list of specific disposal sites, each backed by an informant convinced they finally had the real answer. A landfill beneath Giants Stadium, later discredited, a horse farm outside Detroit, dug up in 2006, a field in Oakland Township, searched in 2021 based on another dying mobster's tip, and most recently, an April 2025 claim from a 93-year-old attorney's witness that Hoffa was dumped near the Pulaski Skyway in Jersey City, a location the FBI had never previously searched. Its strength is that it's grounded in real digging, real forensic teams, real soil-penetrating radar. Its weakness is a 50-year record of zero results. Every single site has come up empty. Strip away the disagreements, and all three accounts land on the same floor. Hoffa was killed because his comeback threatened mob control of Teamsters' money. The killing was sanctioned above street level, not a rogue act, and whoever handled the body followed a method built specifically so it would never be found. Cremation, rendering, a landfill later paved over. The theories argue about the trigger and the burial site. None of them argue about the motive. Here's where the ledger lands. The pension fund motive is the most solid piece of this case, corroborated independently of any single informant's story. And it's the reason I don't think Hoffa's remains will ever surface. Every theory that claims a specific burial site has failed, every time for 51 years, which isn't bad luck. It's consistent with a body deliberately destroyed rather than buried. Sheeran's confession gets the headlines because it has a name and a room and a gun in it. But headlines aren't proof. And the FBI's own skepticism should tell you something. The White House ordering a fresh document search in 2025 isn't a sign the case is close to solved. It's a sign that after 50 years, official Washington still can't say no to the possibility that somewhere in an old case file, the answer is sitting there unread. There's a particular kind of disappearance that isn't really about the missing person at all. It's about what the search says about everyone still looking. 51 years of tips, digs, confessions, and White House memos, and the country still can't let this one go. Maybe that's because Hoffa didn't just vanish as a man. He vanished as a warning about exactly how much money moves through the parts of American life nobody watches closely enough. That's what's in the ledger. What's missing is still missing. If this case pulled you in the way, it's pulled in investigators for half a century. Subscribe to the Unsolved Ledger. New episode every week.